Nightfall in Minneapolis in December usually spells freezing temps, and that is precisely the case outside these walls. But we are a comfortable 72 degrees inside U.S. Bank Stadium. It can certainly get loud inside this building. And just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go! First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
30.
Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. They keep it with Miller on first down. Making the stop there, Daniil Hunter.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On second down, here's Miller. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. He's going to field this at the 4. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Vikings will take over here first and 10. Cousins and the Vikings with a first and 10 at their own 18.
Gun. Check 13. Check 13.
Gun.
What do you want?
Gun.
Here's Dalvin Cook, third year back from Florida State. He's got a first down past the 30. And finally taken down at the 36-yard line. 17 yards, first down, Vikings. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
A throw over the middle, taken in. 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen with his 16th touchdown of the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and good by Bailey, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack. And that's what I'm seeing so far.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Cousins gives way to Cook. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Cousins. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now it's Miller. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
What do you think, Brandon? I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They get a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. 14 yards, good for a Packer 1st down.
First down, Green Bay.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked into the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The intended target, Mike Davis. And it's 3rd down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A good pickup there of 22. They've made goal line offense a priority on the practice field this week. This is exactly the situation they've been prepping for. They run, Cook, and he will possibly get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. On the other hand, it will definitely take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Stephon Diggs with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And they got the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken short. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. To throw again. Rodgers. They'll set up the screen with Davis. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
All right, let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys. Because the offense guys always taught, find the first down sticks and make the play. Well, on defense, what do you want to do? Guard the first down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the first down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
They start the drive with Cook. And he stopped immediately there. Preston Smith there on the stop. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Throwing on 2nd down, Cousins. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. And it's 3rd down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. Flushed out right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
To throw again on second down. Rodgers. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. It's a gain of 7, and just like that, it's third down. The Packers on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down. A first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. 1st and 10 at the 19. Now it's Rodgers. He's got a man. It's his fullback. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it second down. Here's Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eric Kendricks in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. This is brought in by Gibson. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. They'll run. It's Miller. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. Lamar Miller stopped short of the sticks. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
They run again on first down. Cook. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. On second down, Cook. And some room to work. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. To throw, Cousins. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. To throw is Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Here we go. Here we go. First. Check. Hey, orbit.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Taking it about the 16. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Got an open man. It's QT. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And again, it's Rodgers. And he floated one out there incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Flush, and a big loss here as he's taken down. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. Now Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. But they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Here's Madison running on 1st down. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
6-6, bullet high.
Watch twins. Watch twins. Hey, switch gears. Switch gears.
All right, that was
Going to run with Madison again. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And for the moment, this will be a first down. But we have a marker on the field. Let's see if this stands. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
He's checking crack. Hey, watch it, watch it. Under 10, under 10, 10.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Going deep for Diggs. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They begin with a run by Miller. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Again, it's Miller. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
General West.
Throwing again. Rodgers. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
Rush in, rush in. Can. Shoot, watch the shoot.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
Check. Lucky.
You draw Corker. Listen to me.
They go play action. Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And down inside the 15 he goes. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. On first down, Cook. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Mike. Yellow.
You.
Now on 2nd and 13. Cousins being chased out left toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Bravo.
Mike 59. Yeah, let's get sack lunch. Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". Yo.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Bailey's kick is good, and the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. By kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through. In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got the hook up to Lazard. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. On first down, Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked off near the 34. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Working from the gun, Rodgers. The pass complete to Ryan Grant. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And he finds his tight end, Graham. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. To throw again on second down. Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He was looking to get it to his running back, Lamar Miller. But now it's 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Rodgers. It's complete to Grant. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Muhammad Wilkerson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. To try again after the sack, Rodgers. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Miller. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Lamar Miller, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers get a score closer. So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. Throwing now is Rodgers. Through an opening, and there he goes. The 40. Past the 20. 10. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On play action, Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion.
Go, go.
Let's get off the field. Mike 59.
On 3rd down, Cousins. It's brought in by Dodson. A really good pickup of 28 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Preston Smith in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. 3rd and long for Cousins. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And give credit to Reuben Foster, the linebacker, getting a hand in to disrupt. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
This will be taken very short. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts of the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Muhammad Wilkerson, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. On play action, now Rodgers. And Graham's got it, complete. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. The Packers go for it. Rodgers. Complete. This is Lewis. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it...
Blitz coming, and down he goes. J.J. Watt, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now a give running right. It's Cook. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of 2. Now 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This is taken at the 3.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Daniil Hunter was sack number 23 on the year, breaking Michael Strahan's mark of 22.5. Congratulations. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. After the sack on 1st down, Rodgers, open man is QT, complete.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
And he's got the first, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Throwing is Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got an open man. It's QT. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. To throw, it's Rodgers. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. Rodgers now on 1st down. Throw left side complete. It's Grant. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a gain of 16 and a 1st down for the green and gold. Now Rodgers. Brought in over the middle by Grant. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 16 and a 1st down for the green and gold. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Rodgers now to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes. Get out of there.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under